9 uncomfortable truths about human behavior no one talks about. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If humans are so good, why do people respect you less when you're kind? Desire you less when you're available? And suddenly value you more the moment you stop caring? Here's the crazy part. Most human behavior isn't driven by love, logic, or morals. It's driven by power, insecurity, and survival instincts we pretend don't exist. And almost no one talks about this, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. You'll start noticing why people ghost. Why they sabotage others. Why they smile while secretly hoping you fail. And why the nicest people often get treated the worst. Today, I'm going to reveal 9 uncomfortable truths about human behavior that most people sense, but are too afraid to admit out loud. And trust me, truth number 7 and number 9 change how you see everyone forever. Let's begin. Truth number 1, most people are nice only when it benefits them. Here's the cold truth no one likes to say. Human kindness is often conditional. People are nice when they need something. They want approval. They fear consequences. But remove the benefit. Remove the reward. Remove the audience. And watch how fast kindness disappears. Think about it. How many people stayed once you stopped being useful? How many compliments vanished when you stopped giving value? How many friends faded when you stopped agreeing? This isn't because people are evil. It's because the human brain is wired for self-preservation first. Morality comes after survival. And here's the part that stings. The kinder you are without boundaries, the more people subconsciously see you as expendable. Wait, it gets worse. Truth number 2, people respect confidence more than morals. We love to believe the world rewards good people. It doesn't. It rewards certainty. A confident liar often gains more influence than an honest but unsure person. A bold manipulator often climbs faster than a kind but passive one. Why? Because the human brain equates confidence with competence. Even when it's fake. That's why. Loud people dominate rooms. Arrogant people get promoted. Calm certainty attracts followers. And here's the uncomfortable part. People don't follow truth. They follow who seems like they know what they're doing. This is why dangerous leaders rise. Why toxic people gain power. Why silence often loses. Now, keep this in mind for truth number 7. Truth number 3, most people don't want you to succeed, they want you to stay relatable. Let's be honest. People say, I'm happy for you. But their emotions say something else. Here's what really happens psychologically. People want you to do well. Just not better than them. Your success becomes uncomfortable when it challenges their excuses, exposes their inaction, breaks the hierarchy they're comfortable in. That's why friends stop supporting when you level up. Family suddenly becomes concerned. People start pointing out your flaws. Not because you changed, but because your growth forces them to confront themselves. And most people hate that. Now listen carefully. This leads directly to the next truth. Truth number 4, envy is more common than hatred. People rarely hate you openly. They envy you silently. Envy is quieter, more polite, and far more dangerous. Because envy doesn't say, I want to destroy you. It says, I want what you have, and I resent you for having it. That's why envy shows up as backhanded compliments, passive discouragement, I'm just being honest, criticism. And here's the disturbing part. People will pretend to support you, while secretly hoping you fail. Just enough so they feel better about themselves. And if you ever wondered why some people disappear, Right when things start going well for you. Now you know. Truth number 5, desire increases when access decreases. This one hurts, but it's real. Humans value what feels scarce. Not what's always available. That's why people chase emotionally unavailable partners. Jobs want candidates who already have options. Attention increases when you withdraw it. Your availability subconsciously signals, I need this. Your absence signals, I'm fine without it. And the human brain respects self-sufficiency far more than neediness. Here's the twisted part. The moment you stop chasing validation, you often receive more of it. Not because you changed your worth, but because you changed the power dynamic. Keep that word in mind. Power. Because now we're entering the darker half of this video. Truth number 6, people test you before they respect you. No one tells you this growing up. But people don't automatically respect boundaries. They probe them. Subtly. Unconsciously. They interrupt you. Joke at your expense. Push small limits. See what you tolerate. Not because they're evil, but because the brain is constantly mapping. How much can I get away with here? And here's the brutal part. Whatever you tolerate, you teach people how to treat you. Silence is often interpreted as permission. And the more you let slide, the less people respect you. Even if they like you. Now. This leads us directly to one of the most uncomfortable truths of all. Truth number 7, most people don't want truth, they want comfort. Remember earlier when I said confidence beats morals? Here's why. Truth creates discomfort. Comfort creates loyalty. Most people don't want honesty. They want reassurance. They want their beliefs confirmed. Their excuses validated. Their identity protected. That's why people reject facts. Attack messengers. And cling to comforting lies. And here's the scary part. If telling the truth threatens someone's self-image, they will often deny it. Attack you. Or label you negative. Not because you're wrong. But because truth feels like danger to the ego. This is why manipulators thrive. They don't tell people the truth. They tell people what they want to hear. Now pause for a second. If this is already changing how you see people, take one moment to like the video, it helps push content like this to people who need it. That's the only mid-video reminder. Let's continue. Truth number 8, morality changes when power changes. This one is deeply uncomfortable. People's morals often shift with their position. When powerless, people preach fairness. When powerful, they justify control. The same person who says, I'd never do that, often does exactly that. Once the incentive changes. Why? Because morality is flexible under pressure. Power doesn't always corrupt. But it reveals. It shows what someone prioritizes. When consequences disappear. That's why systems matter more than intentions. And why good people can still do terrible things when rewarded for it. Now, take a breath. Because the final truth ties everything together. Truth number 9, most human behavior is about status, not logic. Here it is. The truth beneath all truths. Humans are status-driven creatures. We don't just communicate information. We constantly signal where we stand. Who has power? Who belongs? Who doesn't? Most arguments aren't about facts. They're about position. Most conflicts aren't about right or wrong. They're about dominance and validation. Even kindness can be a status move. Even morality can be a weapon. And once you see this, you realize something unsettling. People aren't irrational. They're strategic. Even when they don't know it. Final pattern break, brutal realization, no motivation. So here's the realization most people never reach. Human behavior isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. We just don't like what it reveals about us. And the moment you stop expecting people to be driven by fairness, gratitude, or logic, you stop being confused by their actions. You stop taking everything personally. You stop being shocked when kindness isn't returned. Not because you become cold, but because you finally see reality clearly. And that clarity, it changes how you move through the world forever. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. That means it worked. Subscribe if you want more content like this.